What is up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music. As a musician myself, today is a 3-for-1 video of Legend of Heroes Sen no Kiseki, the Decisive Collision, and then we have the same song but super arranged version. And then we have Sen no Kiseki 2, and the song is called Blue Destination, which I guess is kind of similar or related or something. This is requested by AZ and Josh. Really funny. I actually just recorded a video for this game like right before this. So small world and extremely coincidental. The Decisive Collision, the first one we're going to hear, followed by the Super Range, followed by 2. Apparently this is a final boss theme. So that's exciting. Kind of a long one. So today's Falcon Day apparently. And this is Takahiro Unisuga, 1 million views. Woo! Alright, let's begin the journey with the Decisive Collision. Just to give you an idea, the song I heard right before this was like kind of hip-hop and lo-fi, so let's see where this goes. Just kind of like an EDM song so far. Interesting clapping. Boom. I feel like this is gonna just kind of explode. Final boss. Really nice chords. Ooh. I love the emotion here. Okay, I'm trying to picture a final boss with hearing this. I'd be so hyped. Oh, dude. I got a little bit of goosebumps there. Subtle transition. Man, it's like massaging my brain. It's gonna be a long video. I really like to get lost in these kind of songs. Just turn off my brain and drift into the universe. Lead synth. Nice. Dude, the voicings on these synthesizers are crazy good. Like everything sounds so clear. Choir. Dude. Please tell me this boss is like massive. Who knows? It could just be like a same size as you, but damn, dude. This might be one of my favorite Legend of Heroes songs so far. But we still have 2 more. Oh, that's beautiful, man. It's so cool because it's like a very mellow thing with like. I would love to see gameplay of this and experience it. A lot of major chords, very uplifting. Doesn't sound really dark. Probably an emotional fight. I love final boss themes. That could be so diverse. Yeah, it sounds like a long journey is like coming to an end, for sure. But an end happy way? Damn. Love this artwork, by the way. Pretty cool. 2013? That is 10 years old. Damn. It's almost over. Oh boy. Let's just go right into the super arranged version. Legend of Heroes Sen no Kiseki Super Arrange. Also the Falcom channel. Original composer Takahiro Unisuga. And this arrangement is from Yukito Jindo. Well, let's just see where this goes, shall we? That was great. By the way, I typically lean towards super arranged versions, which is almost like not fair because they're always like real instruments. But they always do, like Falcom's super ranges are sick. And so far I'm already hearing electronic with violins, which you never hear. So we'll see how this goes. Man, Falcom is... yeah. Hydrate. I'm excited for this one. And there's still another one. Oh. Oh. That stop with the music too. Very distant wailing electric guitar. Ooh. Oh, that sounds so good. I mean, no bias, no bias. The electric guitar sounds so sick here. It sounds like such a cool guitar line. And the mellow... oh, there's more bass now. It sounds darker. Damn, dude, this is a ride. Kick scrape. going? Where are we going? Violin. Wow. So many sounds. Oh, they're dueling. Oh my god. They're dueling. Violin over here, guitar over here. I just love how the guitar's like not shredding. It's just emotional playing. But you know they can shred. Tasteful. Dude, that bass is amazing. Synth bass. A lot of low end on the song. Woo! Climax. Now it's probably gonna loop. Damn. Damn. I feel emotional. Oh, it's a proper ending. Still another one. So apparently, this is Senno Kiseki 2. Apparently, this one is like a lesser version of that. So it's not like the final boss song, is from what I'm told. And this one is called Blue Destination, as opposed to Decisive Collision. What was it? The Decisive Collision, yeah. So this one, I'm guessing, is just going to carry the motif, but I have no idea how it's going to go. So far, the song is pretty dope. So, Blue Destination. Yep. Definitely more, violent return. No kick or snare, just cymbals. Okay, there we go. I usually don't hear this many mixes of one song. These have all been requested though. Ooh. It's calmer, but it's like still move. Oh, jazzier. million views. Same composer, by the way, for all these. This one says it's a year later, 2014. It's hard to place where this one would play, but at least I can hear the leitmotif. The lightest of them all, but still emotional. They all carry that electronic rhythm though. That pulse. I don't know why, but this reminded me of like the first Sonic level. Or not the first Sonic level, the first Sonic game. Was it called Starlight Zone? Starlight Zone, yeah. Just the vibes of like the sky and starry. Violins again. Our journey, our trilogy concludes. Oh man, okay. So overall, before I talk about them, the overall feeling I got was pretty emotional. The whole melody and vibe of all three in this case. I don't know if it exists anywhere else, but they all have this resounding, not completion feel, but very like we did it. You know, something very positive. There's not a lot of darkness I'm hearing or feeling. It just sounds very light and good. I guess is the only word I can think of is good. But emotional, that's the one I kept thinking of. Like the melody, the main lead melody is very slow, easy to remember, single note melody. Nothing too complex. The whole song across all three, minus maybe the super range, it's a pretty simple song. There's not a whole lot going on. It's a pretty repetitive rhythm pattern, you know, very long drony chords, and a pretty, you know, memorable but easy melody. So it's the feeling of like the genre like pushing you through, and how it kind of sticks out. It's funny because I just said this about another video right before this, where when I think of Falcom, I think usually like hard rock and heavy metal type of stuff. But I know that they have a lot of variety in Falcom, especially apparently even in this within the game of Legend of Heroes, or Senno Kiseki as it's also known. And I'm just picturing like putting myself there, of first of all arriving to this apparently final boss, and then hearing that sounds very exciting, and again, very most likely contextual based, but I'm really trying to picture myself getting to this final spot, and whoever this person is, they've been a thorn in our side, and now we have to deal with them, and here's this cool song. Very epic overall, and the whole theme seems to be like this electronic EDM sort of thing going on throughout all of them. So the first one is, and the reason I settled that is pretty much to segue into this first one. It felt like the most repetitive, all of them, and yet it was like one of the more exciting ones. And this just makes me think that it's a long fight, because although it sounds really, really, really good, and production is all there, it is repetitive as far as like it doesn't really deviate or do a whole lot of things. It's pretty much the same chords, the same rhythm throughout the whole thing, and your occasional like little rest. And that's cool. That's a pretty cool dynamic for a final boss, because usually I think of like, you know, hell and crazy time signatures and just all this chaotic nonsense. This sounds like, you know, it's such a different energy that I'm used to for a final boss that I have to confirm that, I guess, with you guys. The reason I'm saying that is because that's what I was told. So, which I'm assuming they know because they've played it and sent it, but you never know, you know. So I'm just making sure that the reason I'm saying that is because that's what I was told when I was sent it. So, very epic, and I really wanted to. This one made me feel like I really wanted to. Now, when I say this, I mean this, you know, figuratively, but it made me want to play it. Like, it made me want to just hear that at that moment and just kind of see what's going on here. Second one, super range, which to my knowledge, could be wrong, I think the super ranges are not in game. Again, don't quote me on that. I know nothing. But I think they're like official Falcom remixes that are either like maybe in a jukebox of the game or like a separate album. But I'm not sure if they're actually in gameplay. And you know, I've done a few super ranges by now, but I can't remember. This one was probably the most exciting of the bunch. Which, like I said, super ranges are almost like not even fair because they go all out. You know, I feel like they really go all out, and they don't have time constraints of making a game. Now they can just focus on the music type of thing, and that's why they're so like overly done and just, you know, way cool. So violin gets. I'm not sure if the first one had violin. I don't remember the first one we heard, but this one the violin is much more prominent. And has a very good sound to it. Violin is always going to be cool, but it has a very cool sound for especially a melody like that. Like I said, a very kind of slow, easy single note melody that you can remember. Violin kind of really excels at that. Not saying violins can't sound good, like, you know, going really, really quick, like Vivaldi or something. But I noticed the stuff that I like the most with the violin or the viola or anything like that was like just really slow, easy to remember melodies. And then we have the electric guitar here, which is, of course, I play, but it was done very tasteful here. It gave the song like an edge, it was still emotional and, you know, positive sounding, but it had a little bit of a little bite to it. And the electric guitar, which sounded like perfect, it had just the right amount of reverb, so it didn't sound really up close. It sounded kind of far away, making it seem like it was just part of the whole mix, as opposed to just kind of like taking over, as sometimes electric guitars do. And you can tell, I was saying earlier, you can tell the guitarist in this was like, you know, that they're playing way under their abilities. But that's kind of the whole point, is you don't always want to play like at, you know, level 10 every time. You play at like what the song requires or what it says to you. But you could tell, like, I could hear their skill level, and, you know, they could really, if they wanted to, just. But they were playing, you know, very emotionally, and everything sounded really good. And then the whole dueling part, I really liked the violin and the guitar. And then finally, Blue Destination, which was requested from 2 people. I don't know much about it. Again, just a requester said that it was like a lesser version, and by that I mean not a final boss. And yeah, I definitely felt that. It definitely felt that. I mean, it still had the energy though. So, and by energy I mean the tempo. So it was the more calm of the bunch, but it still had the. So it makes me, for lack of a better word, very curious as to where this would play. I say that a lot, but it's true. I'm always curious about where these play. I would love to see the context, and I can only just guess. But for this one, sometimes I can guess, sometimes I can throw something like a shot in the dark, but I have nothing. I don't know where this could be. It seems to be, from this, a sequel. I don't know if it's a prequel, but it came a year after, and it's definitely related to Decisive Collision. I wonder why they changed the name. It's another thing that was kind of bugging me. I'm like, why did they change the name? Also, is this like a main theme, like as a whole, like out of all 3? Like, are those like leitmotifs that we hear throughout the entire series? Have I heard it before? Maybe. Who knows? Because as distinct as it is, melodies like that, and I don't mean this in a mean way, melodies like that are so simple, that get stuck in your head, they kind of blend in with a lot of other songs. Like a lot of memorable melodies sound like that. It's just a couple of notes that, you know, really work at that moment, but I feel like I won't remember that as an outsider. I won't remember that like maybe tomorrow. I'll remember it now because it's fresh in my head, and I heard 3 versions of it, but I feel like you would only really remember it if you played the game and you heard this a bunch. But otherwise, it's kind of a, for lack of a better word, like a generic theme. It still sounds good though, but it makes me realize, or it makes me think as to why it would be used at least 3 times. And in this one, like, yeah, I can't say if it's like a menu thing or maybe a flashback or something, but it's definitely on the not as highlighted feel. I really am curious what the final boss of this one sounds like now. That's a lot of rambling. It's a lot of Sen no Kiseki as well. I've done now, for me recording, I've done like an hour's worth of Sen no Kiseki. So we move on. But very cool. The Decisive Collision and Blue Destination. Let me know whatever you want, what I missed, everything. But Falcom is great, and they have a great variety. As we just heard, I just heard EDM, and before that I heard like a lo-fi hip-hop beat, and then I'm used to metal, so who knows what we're going to hear next. Anyways, thank you AZ and thank you Josh for that. Thank you to everyone that you see here. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. I hope to see you all later. Peace.